Very good evening, and thank you for being patient for the highlight presentation of the day. Yes, after a long preparation, I have my co-presenter here, who is unfortunately unable to extremely stand along by my side, but he is here. So this is Italy Victor 3 Charlie Tango Sierra, and my name is Goran Sugar Alpha 7, Joran Sugar Alpha 7 Delta X-ray Radio. And then we also have some alter egos, which is Yankee Tango 4 Radio Alpha and Yankee Tango 7 Alpha Whiskey. But you will hear more in the coming slides. So the brothers contest team, apparently we are brothers as well. Tati tiridita. Yes. And for some who were fortunate enough to learn some Latin in high school, we also have something which we will leave as a little bit of a cliffhanger on the way. But those who know you Grupa, they would probably recognize the lantern and the idea behind. But as we start with the brothers contest team, it all starts with the family. And here in the room, we have another guy, which I would kindly ask to stand up, the mastermind of the idea. That's this one here. So this is our father, Yankee Tango 3 Hotel. He decided to change his call sign to Yankee Tango 3 Hotel, as our last name starts with H, and it's three of us, but he miscalculated a little bit. We have created a new generation of contesters, hopefully. So these are our kids, and also to secure some ham time, I made sure that my wife also gets a license. So, yeah, at least exactly. But that's what I got actually from my father. In that way, you see the effort and the organization behind securing enough time to spend with ham radio. You involve your family in it. Don't ask twice. But we found that in what year? Koje godine beše polagala? Anyway, our mother was also exposed to a ham radio exam some years back, but she never materialized it into a license. Yes, so that's our lovely family. The older one is Ivan's side, and then the boys are on my side. But why is that important? So from early age, or the first recorded beginnings, we were heavily addicted into contesting, of course. Growing up with the station at home was, of course, always exposing us to antenna signals or whatever, so let's explore. And then my brother, being a little bit older, he was, of course, already in some good contest mood. When I learned Morse code, when I was 11, and I was pushed into proving if I actually passed the CW exam, and I had to work in Work Told Europe CW 1994 and exchange some QTCs back then, so to prove if I'm worth it or not. So that's how we started, and that is if I manage, yes. So this is a picture of two satisfied brothers after some Work Told Europe season. And this also has a very memorable story from 1996, where we have crashed the big party from YU1EXY or YU9 Alpha at the time, the contest expedition to St. Nicholas Island in Montenegro. And I think I managed to make a couple of CW QSOs, and then I burned the radio, so I guess they have violently stopped the expedition. Yes. And then we come to the Great Migration. So we were growing a bit older, but then also our dreams became a bit bigger. The older one first has migrated to North Italy, so became IV3CTS. Following the example, but in another direction, I moved a little bit south and established my mega contest station at YT7AW. And then resulted in the big step up north to dark, cold, and no propagation country. Yes, so for five years, I am now Sugar Alpha 7 Delta X-ray radio, also known as Hotel Alpha 7 Delta X-ray radio, most commonly in the contests. Exactly. And these are our antenna farms. So you can see very, very big and serious setup, actually covering 4 bands directly, so 20, 30, 40, and 80. Exactly, tunable on other bands. Then we have the big gun station, YT7AW back in the days, 30, 40, and 80 dipole. And the source of all the confusions on the band. So this Windom, which is somehow tuning from 60 meters to 6 meters and managing into some logs. My big apologies for having super low signal, but yeah, thank you. Anyway, but we have a reason why we have such good antennas at home. It is, I figured, actually illegal drugs, legal doping ahead of the contests, because with these antennas you cannot really do much. So when you go and you actually get a pretty decent antenna or a pretty decent QTH, you are so happy and excited to actually hear stations on the band and to be able to call the stations on the band and actually get the call back. So this is how we prepare for serious contests during the year. And then through history, of course, through growing up, we have operated some of the finest stations in the area. One, it's a beautiful part of my working life in Belgrade with YT0 Alpha, many contests done from there. And then YU5 radio as well, which was a bit closer to the home. And then after the great migration, I think technically the best station that I have been there, Lima November 8 Whiskey. Yes, thank you, Brazzo, thank you. Lima November 8 Whiskey, I mean, it's fantastic. It's 2 56-meter towers, it's tons of aluminum, 6 flex, power geniuses, everything, full automatic, fantastic, but no propagation. The first multi I was working for from there, I think worldwide, we made 2,500 QSOs in multi with this. And then I gave up. And then I called my brother and said, okay, we have to do something about this. So there we come to 9 Hotel 6 Whiskey, the worldwide CW 2022 multi-single low power, also known as the one in hand luggage. So we figured we wanted to run a contest from somewhere, but we didn't have any equipment. We didn't literally anything. So we bought 2 new radios, FTTX10 and FT710. We didn't know what antennas are available there. It was just some brief email communication, but anyway, we ended up on Malta. Fortunately, they had some HF antenna, so it was this EA73 Moxon. Actually performs quite well, but it was super stormy weather, so antenna was very low. Then we set up it was already available to be set up, the Rybakov vertical. It's a very important thing on Malta, so if you talk about antennas on Malta, you have to talk about Rybakov vertical. And then, of course, we set up some 80-meter dipole. Serious contesting, dinner in one hand, radio in another, so it was running pretty well with low power. We were actually powered by the generator, as they had only 2-3 small solar panels generating a little bit of power during the day. But then closer to the end of the contest, as we had this beautiful tower, it's a 50-meter tower just next to the QTH, but it was fenced and forbidden to be used, and actually not safe to be used as it was already half rotten. but we decided to use it as a counterpose for 160 meters, so we managed to make some QSOs as well, some multipliers until at least by the end of the contest. Yeah, not really visible, but the finger is pointed to 0107. So that's 1 hour after the contest end. We were packed and ready to go to airport because we had our flight at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that was a very brief visit, fantastic, enthusiastic. Yes, we did some QSOs and it was amazing. But what exactly was amazing? This number 5 resembles the number of Malta records in CQ Worldwide CW that we made. So of course the multi-single low power national record was done, but in some breaks or inspiration moments we then also did some more national records of Malta. So exactly, it was yeah, it will come. Yeah. But so two bags, two new radios, and 5 national records in one contest. Plus, we got some exposure to sun, which is quite a deficit thing up north in Sweden. What we did from claimed, what was that, 8th place world, we climbed up after UBN to 6th place in the world and 3rd in Europe. So it was actually quite a good result for super simple. We tried to calculate the points per kilogram of aluminium invested or something like this, but yeah, we gave up. Then, inspired by this, we moved to WPX. And what do? We changed the call sign. Why? To be consistent, and let's kind of pay respect to the contest. So 9 Hotel 6 WPX, I do not recommend to use a call sign like this. It's a very stupid idea, and I think that will be a little bit of red thread throughout the presentation here. Yes, it was the same thing, just that we brought only 1 radio and 1 wife. That was a beginning of figuring out, is it really what we want to do? Yes, simple antennas, article fantastic, 2 happy brothers, I lost some weight between 2 contests, amazing, yes, happy return, ended up 3rd in the world and 1st in Europe, but I think what was really the key is the score reduction, which is 2%. Thank you, but you can save it for later as well. Yes, and then came the amazing, the really something, expanding the horizons, said, so something totally new, first time going out to the 3-point contest locations. Wow. Yeah. And you have all seen this fantastic small house that looks really amazing on Madeira Island, right? It's blue, white, red, it's so cute and fantastic. So we actually got time to take photo in front of that house as well. But it really expanded our horizons. It's not only about the 3-point, the DX location, the antennas, island, and everything, but the approach to the contesting. So we have learned that poncha is a very important thing. And we should spend time exploring that. But so it was really wait. First, I need to explain just a little bit. So we were on the way to Madeira. Yeah, I'm coming from Sweden and brother coming from Italy. So we said, okay, let's go through Lisbon. Through Lisbon. Brazzo is flying through Lisbon. Because that was the year as well when the Magic Team Charlie also went to Cabo Verde. So we met Brazzo on the way in Lisbon, and we started exploring the cultural events in the town that evening. I mean, the stars must have aligned, as in the bar where we had just a couple of drinks. We found, yeah, too symbolic, it's a Serbian flag and the flag of Cabo Verde. Yes, and now it's time for questions before we move on. Any questions? No questions? No questions. Very good. Very, very good. Of course, you can get access to premium content. Yes, so I mean, already from landing to Lisbon, this worldwide 2023 became really a super thing. And here is this famous, fantastic, beautiful house and Poncha. So if you have not been there, you should go to Madeira and you should explore Ponchas. To cut the long story short, really, we have been there for 1 week. After 1 week coming back home, everybody started asking, hey, what happened to you? You look so energized, so alive. What happened? I said, so many things, and I don't really know what it is, because I have excluded all the... Will this be published on YouTube or something? Yes, it was fun. Yes, and I mean the touristic part, it's fantastic. It's the island to be. But what is most important that I learned at that contest, so we were operating multi-multi with a fantastic team, and really big shout out and thanks to Ulf for inviting us there. It really opened up a new dimension. Please, a small round of applause for Ulf. And big thanks once again. But we have learned it's not important to work your ass off in the contest. It's important to be the first one in Madeira, which later on actually becomes a very important thing. I mean, now Madeira is becoming the place to be, right? Now everybody is there. So far, everybody is kind of nice, and you know, we have one station running multi-multi, one multi-single, one multi-two, and everything is fine based on agreements. But let's see how long it will go. So, amazing. If you didn't have a chance, spend some time, go there, contests or not contests, it's really amazing place to be. So, we were back. But we were first in Madeira. Yes. It was, of course, third in the world, third in Africa, but first in Madeira, and that is actually what counts. So a couple of months later, we were back, of course, enchanted by Madeira and the ability to work so many QSOs with so low power, and I think that's really, I'm connecting it back to the simple antennas that we have at home and practically zero propagation at most of the time, or nothing useful. And once again, big apologies to everybody that I call and you cannot get me from first time, but now you have learned already. So we started, after having this one fantastic week, we started introducing one by one stress factor to the contesting. Yeah. Yeah, so in WPX 24, we started with a tactical glitch, which resulted in less poncha and more tourism. Less poncha, more tourism contest, it doesn't really go together. So we were very happy after the result, and I mean, look at this, really beautiful. We ended up first in Madeira, so we made it. First in Africa, but second in the world. Still with setting new African records. So, okay, fantastic. This is going somewhere. Thank you. Thank you. But then, it was the year 2025. A little bit earlier this year, when we went through a big transformation. You know, it's really popular nowadays to go through transformations, this or that kind. So we went from brother contest team to, pardon my French, Les Papillons Noirs. Yeah? Yes. Yeah, merci beaucoup. Yes, so the Les Papillons Noirs team was born a little bit earlier this year. But the real negotiation started actually last year at this place, and this was the team. This was supposed to be the extended contest team, the family contest team, with, of course, the main guilty guy while why we are in hobby, so YT3H sitting there. And a guy who was fortunate, or not fortunate, to spend some military time back in the days in our hometown. So there was a strong friendship built back then, and we agreed, yes, we go together for WPX CW. Could you imagine that both of them have to give up? Yes, I mean, not to overshare, but really, really unexpected turns of events. So both of them could not join. So we opened up for a new team. So we offered, okay, let's have 2 seats. Who wants to join us? And here we are, Le Papillon Noir team. Echo 70 Alpha, which you had already the opportunity to hear, and Echo 72 Tango, so Fudo and Darko. Darko, we go together back many, many decades, right? When we were... Exactly, so somehow this military in my hometown, it's... So, this is, I mean, beautiful nature, beautiful... Did you know that on Madeira Island you actually get these super cozy beer bottles of 1/4 of a liter? So it's super fantastic for this warm weather. It keeps cold. That's really good. Sunny, antennas, contests, amazing, right? Before I go, WPX CW Brazzo was on Delta 4 Charlie, yes? And it was a big fight for the new world record. At the same time, at the place to be, the Madeira Island, Kilo Lima 9 Alpha was visiting Charlie Queen 9 Alpha. You didn't pay the premium access. We were offering, of course, very openly, is it big sabotage, small sabotage, is it just a pin in the cable, whatever it is. We even met the guys before the contest. We tried with some extra beers to sabotage a little bit, but it didn't really work. But then what happened, I guess it was a payback time, we got an inside job. Our 80-meter antenna was chewed up by a cow. Yes, but anyway, after managing this sabotage attempt, happy faces, glass of wine, first in Madeira, which still remains the most important thing, but we made it as well to the first place world with another African record. But we have so achieved our main goal, right? We have reached #1 in all that matters. I forgot what I wanted to say with this one, but it's probably to show the power of low power. And actually the big difference that the extended team or the Le Papillon Noir actually made, you can see here when we sum up a little bit of our travels from Malta to Madeira, etc. in WPX. So looking into world classification, the 2nd and 3rd best ever results were done by our team, and you can see the significant difference when we have enhanced team as practically the in-band, or simply we can have more people running at the same time comparing to only 2 of us. So that was really a beautiful change. And then also looking into European classification, the 9 hotels, my God, is it so stupid, 9 Hotel 6 WPX. At the time it was the 5th ever result in Europe multi-single low power. Now we are down to 7th. But considering the simplicity of the entire activation, that's what really counts. One thing that I forgot to mention a little bit is this. If you ever thought of starting your call sign with CQ, don't. We had so many interesting conversations on the band. So QSY, exactly. No, it was fun. Absolutely. It was our choice. Fully agree. You have been warning us. Yes, we heard that. But, you know, Balkans, we really like to experience things. We don't trust people. Yes, anyway, but we made it. Even with CQ3 whiskey, we made it. Yes. What is, so in the agenda, the presentation was about the journey, right? And the main idea behind the multi-single low power contesting. Multi-single, it's two of us, right? Both of us, we like to work in contests, and it is amazing what you can do with low power and antennas, which could be more or less complicated or simple. So everything is possible, but what is then the actual key? WPX CW 2023. So these are the screenshots from the result article. Multi-single low power operation must also be highlighted for their outstanding log accuracy. WPX 24, it should also be noted that, including us, both high rates and accuracy can be achieved. Same thing in 2025. So it is low power, it is super simple setup, but we focus hell a lot of time on actually making sure that each QSO that we do is actually still counted in the end, especially with WPX and the penalty rates. This is very important investment of time. So the big question, where do we go next? And I don't expect an answer, but I would just like to thank you for your attention and thank also to Le Papillon Noir team. Thank you. Of course, if you have some questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Braco, any questions? We can resolve that over the bar. Thank you.